Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's me, Tia Kofi, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Final FronTia. Now on this week's episode, we have got the couple of the year, nay the couple of the century. They are podcast hosts, they are the stars of Big Brother. One of them, in fact one, it is the icons that are Jordan and Henry Genry. That was a thumbs up.
Was that a thumbs up?
Yeah, that was it.
Stunning.
Let's keep this in at the start because I think it's fun and awkward. Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you both?
Where do I look? At you?
Wherever you like. You can look. Your eyes are your own. Look where you please.
Thank you. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You both well?
Having us on.
Yeah.
No, welcome to my home.
It's gorgeous. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you. It's gone from an infinity curve studio to the corner of a room, but we move. No shade, producer Poppy.
I mean, it's early too, isn't it? What is it, like 11 a.m.?
Yeah, it is. Which is
early for
Which
us.
may explain why I'm not in drag right now.
I was saying in the lift, Henry and I never usually wake up this side of 12.
Really?
Henry especially.
Yeah.
Are you late risers?
What do you mean Henry especially?
Well, I sometimes
No.
go downstairs at, 10.
No, I just like to just ease into my morning, like self-employed.
Ease into it, he does.
I love that. You're not. I had you down for like early risers.
Oh no.
God, no.
No, it's quite...
I mean, we work 24/7, but we're not early risers.
So you're missing all the daytime TV goodness.
I'm tuning in, and if I'm lucky, Lorraine's... Or actually, maybe not, because it's usually someone else, but usually Lorraine's on.
Ooh, that was shady, wasn't it?
Shady. It's like Danny Beard made a shady comment about Lorraine never being there on Lorraine.
I actually love Lorraine. That's why I miss her so much.
She's there sometimes.
Yeah.
Occasionally. I feel
This
like
morning.
I should start doing that. Like for these moments, if it's like a little bit too early, it's the Final FronTia, but it's hosted by producer Poppy. That's the plan.
You just mentioned Danny, didn't you? Danny Beard.
Oh yes, Danny. We're now
amicable.
We're now friends.
Ooh, what happened? Tell the people.
Tory soup.
There was the whole Tory soup thing on later.
But then you met Danny at an event, didn't you?
Yeah, the other week,
you got on quite well.
it was very much. It was giving Veruca Salt and Violet Beauregard. Let's be friends, best friends, and it was very sweet.
Which I've always thought that moment was very Regina George energy.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's backhanded.
Yeah,
It's brilliant. Regina George from... Jordan's never seen Mean Girls.
You've never
there are
seen-
a lot of pop culture references here.
I did watch that film though. What's it called? Wild Child.
Yes.
I really like that.
I fully thought you were going to say Wicked. I was like, yes, we've all watched Wicked.
No, but Wild Child. Henry made me watch that.
You haven't watched Wicked yet? I have.
No.
I can't believe that video of Ariana Grande going, "Oh my God, Tia Kofi." It was...
Yeah.
How cool. What was going through your mind in that moment?
Oh, you've really turned the tables here. No, it was incredible. Because Ariana loves Drag Race, so she watches it. I call her Ari because we're best friends.
Of course.
Ari watches Drag Race. So yeah, I didn't expect her to sort of stop while she was being cajoled through the crowd.
She was like having a proper fangirl moment.
It was very sweet, very adorable, and I will forever take that to your favourite pop star's favourite drag queen. That's my new title. I've decided.
Did you love the film as well?
It was amazing. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Like I've actually never seen the stage show or anything, so I just went in with like the hype that had been like everyone had been hyping up.
I can't believe how fucking long it is. 2.5 hours, and that's
For
only
one
part
half.
one.
Yep, 2 hours 40.
The stage show, do you know?
The stage show is probably about the length of the first half.
Yeah.
Yes.
With interval. So they've definitely extended it, but it doesn't feel like 2 hours 40. It does feel like it goes.
Very
yeah,
well. A tear was nearly shed.
nearly.
Do you know what is a great film at the moment? Gladiator 2. Well, it's not that great.
Wait, you've seen Gladiator 2, but not Wicked.
I know.
Yeah, well, that was long enough.
It's giving
for me.
Fiat 500. I love Peaky
Henry got
Blinders.
one chance of
Very
taking me
nice.
to the cinema, and you You got one chance of taking me to the cinema, and you used it on Gladiator 2.
No, I just thought you like history, and like I just thought that was the film that would be most appealing to you.
Amazing soundtrack.
But what about the history of the Wicked Witch of the West? That's also historical.
It's true.
Yeah.
Gladiator 2 does have a good soundtrack, and Matt Lucas is in it, right?
Yeah, randomly.
Which is so random.
I thought, what's he doing there?
Yeah.
But he's pretty good by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know about how accurate some of the.
Oh no,
the
not
moments
accurate at
were.
all. And the pacing is just awful. But the soundtrack was good.
So what do you mean? Is you hated the film, but you love listening?
No,
to
I
the
love the first third, but thereafter
Okay.
I was just a bit,
And it's not 2 hours 40, so you got
I was
through.
running out of Diet Coke, so it was just a bit, oof.
Who would win in a fight, Paul Mescal or Cynthia Erivo as the Wicked Witch of the West?
Oh, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just destroy him with her voice.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
No, I
there's
would have
no-
to agree with that.
That
Yeah.
would be quite a good like a gladiator thing in the Colosseum, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think both films have enough promotion at the moment, so let's just leave it.
No, we need to help them out. Like, my best friend Ari needs the views on Wicked. So if you haven't seen it yet,
Shout out.
go check it out.
Every single bus in bloody London has got Wicked on the side.
I know.
No, Robinson Squash. Like, everything is Wicked branded.
Yes,
It's wild.
exactly.
Have you seen how creative some cinemas have been getting with the popcorn buckets? Like the one that was famous was the June one because it looked.
Yes.
Yeah, but like I think the they had one for the Colosseum for Gladiator, and then for Wicked they had the hat.
But who buys popcorn in cinemas? I saw a TikTok saying we need to buy the popcorn in cinemas to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
But they just charge so much, don't they?
Well, it's inflation. The prices have to go up if people aren't buying it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the same with drinks at LGBTQ plus venues around London. So please support your local venues and support local drag. But it's the same principle.
Evan.
Well, not currently.
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
We'll move on from that.
You've never been to Heaven.
No.
And maybe you never will. We'll see.
I've been to the New Freedom now that it's been renovated,
Yes.
apparently.
It looks exactly
Yeah.
the same.
It looks identical. But lovely for them that they've had a reboot and a
They were closed for
revamp.
so long, but
It was fun fact about Freedom.
Yes.
I met Paul Mescal there.
really?
Yeah.
No
What was he
way.
doing?
He was downstairs with Andrew Scott because they just had the premiere of a film
Yeah.
that they did together.
Strangers.
Yes.
We were at that premiere, weren't
Yeah,
we?
we were. Oh,
Yeah.
that's such a good film.
Should have come to Freedom afterwards.
Oh, everyone went. No one told us.
Yeah. We were with Nadia Sawalha.
Yes.
No, that's quite iconic.
Yeah.
Of-
We were in tears.
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
Oh, it
You
is
must
actually a
watch
very
it.
good film.
What's it about?
It's quite ambiguous. It's only got
gay.
3 fucking people in it. It's got.
It's really hard to explain it without
Yeah.
spoiling it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's kind of a love story, but then, yeah.
Claire Foy's in
Like
it.
like an emotional icon.
Yeah, she smokes a cigarette, which I thought was quite sexy for Claire Foy. Because I've always thought of Claire as very demure.
Playing the Queen. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Was she giving less demure energy in this?
Yeah, I was surprised to see it, but I didn't complain. Anyway, Freedom.
So it's about smoking cigarettes and also gay. That's all I've got from this so
Yeah.
far.
Oh, you'll love it.
It's like
That's the
I mean,
synopsis.
that's more than enough.
It's almost timeless. The setting's quite timeless, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very timeless. It's got kind of like a cult indie film vibe, I think, to it.
It's quite eerie throughout.
Okay.
But yeah, it's worth a watch.
I feel like people have been doing that cult indie vibe in large-scale Hollywood blockbusters recently
It's
to
like,
add authenticity.
I know,
Yeah.
millions of pounds budget. Like, are you spending that money on deliberately to make it look like indie? Like, it's not had a budget.
Yeah, there was a Netflix one that they did that felt very indie. Don't Look Up, which my best friend
Oh,
Ari was
yes.
in as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Which is great. I actually loved that film.
Me too.
I thought the whole messaging and everything was fantastic.
It wasn't subtle, but
it wasn't subtle.
we love it.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed it, but I feel like they
Yeah.
spent a lot of money to make that look like it was like
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
footage.
I know, like Meryl Streep's the president.
Yeah,
Like,
I get fascinated with like what the budget of these things is.
same.
Spend a lot of time Googling it to find out. I'm waiting to see the Wicked publicity budget.
But it's funny because, like, no shade, like, I love Doctor Who, and I know you love Doctor Who as well. Like, I think some of the old Doctor Who episodes sometimes look better than the ones that have got millions of pounds
agree.
budget now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what
Yes.
that is. Like,
I feel like once you scale up, like maybe you can be less immersed in the world unless it's like a ridiculous sort of the budget to like build the sets from scratch. Sometimes when it's a bit CGI and a bit it can be ropey.
I mean, there's the odd Slovene that looks a bit like, oh, babe, like when I was younger, that looked proper legit, and now I see this like massive bodysuit.
I mean, some of the Capaldi episodes just look horrifying.
Yeah.
Like, not because they're scary, but because
the
production.
Oh, I thought you meant because they look scary. I was like, no, they are.
No, it's like they're running through cardboard cutouts almost because of all the CGI.
I would gladly play one of those cardboard cutouts. That's my dream. But I feel like Peter Capaldi had some of the scarier episodes.
Yes.
Like there's the one where like Clara's hand grabs his childhood ankle from under the bed.
Oh, I liked that one.
I watched it once, never again.
Understand when he's got that bloody guitar thing. What the fuck's that about?
Were those doll things? Were those doll things in Peter Capaldi's series, like with the big doll heads? I found those quite freaky. We went to the proms. We went to the Doctor Who proms, and they were like walking around. They like were quite.
Which doll? Are you thinking of The Haunting of Bly Manor? Which doll heads do you mean?
They were kind of like human-sized doll things. I can't, with massive heads. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like my Doctor Who fanness is getting questioned because I don't know what you.
Really? Okay, maybe they're not doll. Anyway.
I just miss David Tennant.
Well, he was back briefly recently.
Yeah.
No, but I love that episode, those 2 episodes of Family of Blood, Human Nature.
They are.
He's a teacher.
2 of the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Oh, fantastic.
Anyway, Doctor Who proms, they were great. I'm so glad Murray got.
I cried.
Me too.
Yeah.
The best. I've never been to the Doctor Who proms. I just watch all the clips on YouTube.
It is honestly amazing. If you get like, it's not even that expensive, like really relatively. Like we managed to get this little up in the grand circle. You can sit, have a bottle of wine, and I don't know if it was the wine or the music that was like making me cry. But like as soon as the Rose theme came on, I was just like, oh my god.
Henry, snap out of it.
It's a combination of the two. For me, it's Doomsday. That music gets me.
Whenever the opera singer came out, I was like, babe, you're about to make me cry again.
Have they got a full choir when they do that?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Okay, I need to go.
Yeah.
Next year, next time.
Did you like the reboot, this new series?
Did I? Yes, I did. Very much so. I think there were some moments where I was like, these episodes feel a little bit short.
Yeah.
I need more. I need the 2 hour 40 kind of energy. But like
that one's 73 yards.
That was good.
When there's you haven't seen it yet, but there's a lady that was constantly at that. Yeah. Oh, I love that episode.
Wait, so you know the soundtrack but not the episode?
Yeah, because they played some of the episodes where in the proms. Because I always go music first.
You actually do.
Yeah, so I've not watched the episodes, but I have listened to the soundtrack.
What do you do, like, together? What do you listen to? What is on your Spotify playlist?
This is what's quite funny. This is what's quite funny. So last time we went to a concert together, Jordan took me to the Royal Albert Hall. And then tonight, I'm taking him to Charlie XCX. So it's going to be very different. We have very polarising music taste, don't we?
We're in Brat Winter. I love that.
No. I don't think you'll hear a single musical instrument tonight.
Apparently she just smokes on stage swinging around a handbag.
She did an Saturday Night Live performance where the whole thing was her carrying a large purse.
She just had
I don't understand the energy. Can producer Poppy or Baby J, can you give some like female Gen Z energy and explain to me afterwards why Charlie XCX is carrying a large purse fit for a mother of 2? I don't understand.
I think the whole brat thing is like, oh yeah, I don't really care. Like I just happen to be wandering past the studio. Oh, I'll give them a little song, but I've got my handbag on me.
But she hosted the whole thing. She was in sketches throughout. Like, it just does not make a lick of sense to me. It's like this like really fictional authenticity. And like people, love Charlie XCX, obsessed. But people are like obsessed with like the Gen Z-ness of Charlie XCX. And I'm like, this is a 33-year-old woman named Charlotte Aitchison. Like, everyone get a grip. I don't know
it's
what.
Almost that simplicity mixed with the edginess.
Yeah.
The logo is just so simple, isn't it?
That was clever.
Brat in a crappy font on a green background.
And like the costs must be so low. Like she must be making so much money. Like it's unreal. Like
truly.
In a torch, it's just her like on stage.
Compare it to the Wicked budget, for fuck's sake.
We should. A direct comparison, Brat versus Wicked. I mean, it really is the year of like green.
Yeah.
Because we've had like that sickly green of Brat and now we've got like the gorgeous emerald green of Elphaba.
Bring on 2025.
What's the colour of 2025?
What colour will be?
A purple.
Oh, you're purple. I'm always orange.
Yeah.
Jordan's
Or
favourite
very
colour's
royal
purple.
blue.
My favourite colour combination is purple and orange, true story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we are.
Yeah, thanks for combining it.
Fascinating.
When did Mean Girls come out as a musical? Like the film?
Oh, the
Was that this
film?
year or last year?
Oh, the film musical.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched it, actually.
Because I feel like last year was giving very pink with Barbie and Mean Girls and that.
yes.
And now we're green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbie kind of took over, didn't it?
It did.
Still, I haven't seen that either.
What?
That
what?
has those songs in it, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it? Well, no. I'm all about your Rachmaninoffs, Vaughan Williams, classical.
It's so, and you're bringing like the youth culture to the table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I never thought that would be the role I'd have to take in the
You'd think with
relationship.
your
But surprise.
It'll be the other way
I honestly, I find your like dynamic fascinating in this setting because I've only really like seen you at like events and
Yeah.
stuff.
You
We're
got me
all
my first ever VK.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
that is a story to tell.
Yeah, you did.
I was not sober in that moment, and I was like, "You must try a VK Blue."
Yeah, I know. I was like, I want to be the person that introduces you. And yeah, I mean, I haven't had one since, but...
I thought you were going to say, and I've never looked back. You at the Doctor Who proms on the VKs.
Oh, yeah, I was like, yeah, can I get a VK, please?
They probably don't sell them in that context. I just so fascinated by this dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, this podcast is meant to be all about fandoms. So, like, what do you sort of like independently have like separate time that you indulge in your own fandoms, or do you like snuggle up on the sofa and?
Well, we don't have a sofa. We have a pew. We've almost lived there for a year. We still haven't got a sofa.
We keep saying, oh, we need to get a sofa.
Yeah.
And it's not coming. Anyway, that's diverting.
But we have January time, but then we have Jordan and Henry time, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we've always got the golden retriever black cat dichotomy.
I see. I really see that.
Dichotomy, that's a word.
It is a word, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really true. I mean, we were like, it was so unexpected coming out of Big Brother to even have this like whole like almost like a fan base that are like shipping January. It was it was a whole thing. And I remember just coming out on the final night and seeing someone holding up a sign saying like, I believe in January supremacy. I was like, what the hell does that mean? This is so weird. I was like, what's a January?
Yeah. So when we saw all those signs, we thought, oh, we've got to give in to the pressure now. That's a joke.
You've just really committed to it. Do you in your daily lives use your collective pronoun, January?
No, not really.
Collective noun?
No.
Not at all.
You don't sort of walk around and be like, January's getting coffee. Like,
Well, if we're referring to like collective fan groups, we've got the Genriatrics and the Genristas.
Genriatrics is brilliant.
They're like the older ladies. That
But they gave themselves that name, didn't they?
Uh-huh. Yes, they did, yeah. I don't know where Genristas came from.
They're the Brat listeners, and then the Genriatrics are the Rachmaninoffs. So it's like
Exactly.
still giving your dynamic.
But like talking of fan bases, like Big Brother as a fan base overall, like I underestimated completely how big that was, and like the minute detail that they kind of analyze absolutely everything with, like watching the live streams, like like Henry went down to the kitchen and like he only made one piece of toast. He didn't make.
What's going on?
It's like, what's going on? I'm like, oh my god, this is mental.
How can he love Jordan? He doesn't make Jordan any toast. Jordan's right to be suspicious.
It was very intense, particularly your series. I can't lie, my Twitter was ablaze with people like shipping the both of you, talking about everything. Like, it was wild, like really, really wild.
I know. I mean, it was the last thing we have expected. Well, I expected going into.
I mean, what did you think to this series just gone?
So did you... not the same, but it was. I liked the winner.
Yeah.
That was my feelings on the situation. If I'm totally honest, I feel like this series felt like they'd taken the Love Island casting team.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a different dynamic.
There were lots of veneers.
Yes.
I won $100,000. I still haven't got bloody veneers.
What? Where?
It's just
what,
not me.
What are we doing with this money? What has happened?
Jordan bought a lot of Lego.
It's in savings.
That's smart.
It's invested in Lego.
As someone who only won £50,000 on Drag Race, I'm very jealous of your double fee. So
Oh yeah, is it 50
for my series versus the
I
world,
thought you
it was
said
50.
150.
No.
Oh, right.
I wasn't bragging. I was being.
Yeah, okay.
my crippling insecurity was showing. But also the difference is on R1, there's quite a high level of investment for like costumes and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So really, you're just making your money back if you win.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with ours, they fed us, they watered us. We didn't have to do much, did we?
Yeah.
We just sat around in our house for 6 weeks.
And won.
Yeah.
That's
I know, and
lovely.
I just love the quote for me was as soon as you found out, first thing you said was, "Oh great, I can pay my council tax."
Yes. And they were still trying to get that from me, like in March this year. So I didn't pay it with any urgency.
No, but it's done. If anyone's chasing it, it's done.
it's done.
Stop.
I've got even higher council tax now.
Did you get an opportunity to rewatch it?
Yes.
Sort of episode by episode?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah. I mean, it was a traumatic experience for me, but Henry loves watching it.
No, you were watching it the other day.
Yeah, because I was missing you, all right. Because you were away for a few days.
No, I haven't watched it for a long time, but I've watched it back, the whole
Yeah.
thing. We both have.
Yeah,
It's really weird watch. I mean, it must be the same for you when you watch Drag Race back in
Yeah.
some ways. But like, just to see how... For me, it was more like, what the hell is the fuss about? Because I came out and I saw the reaction and I was like, we've literally just existed for 6 weeks. I just wanted to see where this like hysteria had like actually come from.
But it must be nice in a way because people have like gained this momentum behind the two of you just off the back of you existing and being yourselves. That must be like quite a nice feeling.
I'm just so puzzled that we've been able to maintain them, the majority thereof, for a whole year. Like they've still not got bored of us, a lot of people.
No, I love that.
I know.
I certainly haven't.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. We've kind of gone back to that. We've just, not to plug, but we've just launched a podcast, and that's been...
We were coming to that, yeah.
No, and that's been fun for us to like have like
Yeah.
our time, and it's kind of very unfiltered like we were in the house.
Yeah.
Because I think what the beauty of in there is you don't get any instant response from people, where on some reality TV shows you might get a reaction from people watching, but we were just like honestly ourselves, weren't we, all the way through?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I love with the podcast as well. It's really nice to see like your dynamic at play.
Yeah.
Like sometimes calling each other out for a little bit of nonsense. Who
Absolutely.
do we or do we not eat on buses? We'll find out.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your view on that, by the way?
What, eating on public
Yeah.
transport? I really want to say that I'm live and let live about it, but I personally find it really difficult if I'm on a tube or something because I'm just thinking about the number of people's hands who have touched this pole that I've just touched, so I don't want to pick my sandwich up.
I mean, the tube's difficult enough, isn't it? Because you're sat
I know.
watching someone else, essentially.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, no one's looking at you. You say that to me. And I'm like, of course they're fucking looking, because there's nothing else to look at unless you've got a buck or something. So if I have to sit there looking at someone munch down the whole Sunday
It's the
roast,
smells. It's the smells.
Because it permeates in the air, doesn't it?
Permeates. Yeah.
You're really impressed by vocabulary today. I love it.
Come on, I know you're a...
We'll do a whole edit for a reel
We have
and a
a glossary.
TikTok that's just like, a good dictionary.
Yeah.
No, it's very true. But the new podcast, like what inspired you to launch one now?
We thought everyone else was getting one. So we thought, let's jump on that bandwagon.
No, we always like wondering what project to like start
Yeah.
with together, but then we thought this was the most kind of unfiltered way of that we could have a lot of control over it and just have a lot of fun.
I mean, we enjoy doing stuff on social media, but to me, that doesn't feel as like established as having a podcast.
Yeah.
As a project, if you get what I mean. So it's good to have that, isn't it?
Yeah.
As we insert our role into it. We've got a wonderful team behind us.
I know, and it's called Club Sandwich because we kind of bonded over sandwiches and that in Big Brother quite a bit. Jordan introduced me to the crisp sandwich.
I love that.
Which I love, actually. I think it's a culinary...
Like sandwiches are interwoven within it all.
I know, but then
we just chat shit.
It's mainly just chatting shit. And
I mean, this was meant to be about sci-fi, but I gave up on that about episode 4. So.
I love Star Wars.
We could talk about Star
But the
Wars.
extended universe, I can't follow it anymore. There's just too much.
There's too much.
He's really milking that cow.
I'm excited for Skeleton Crew, though. The new Star Wars program.
Yeah. I like the prequels.
I'm just still thinking about how sandwiches are interwoven into your entire relationship. I'm stuck on that bit of information.
Basically, at the end of each episode, there's a lot of sandwich puns just to get us through it.
Yes.
Look, every idea has been taken for a bloody podcast, hasn't it? So we had to think of something.
Some of them many times.
No, and at the end of each episode, often we'll argue over whether a fish finger sandwich is better than a lobster roll.
So we sometimes have like snippets of food news, because Henry, you love the foodie world, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at the end we bring each other a sandwich. And so I would bring something I would usually eat. Henry brings me what he would usually eat.
Yeah.
Because they're not the same things.
Oh, well, no. Yeah.
Although we did bring
How
each
does this
other-
relationship work? Our music taste is completely different.
I think that's what...
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
Do you, don't they?
That's the thing.
Interesting. I don't want to date myself. So you'll do.
I love that. That's lovely. And perhaps, like, if there's a wedding or something in the future, the whole meal can be sandwich-based.
Oh, that could be fun.
I'm really focused on how I'm saying the word sandwich now. I don't know how I
Yes.
say it.
Sandwich.
I feel like I say it with like an M sandwich. Yeah.
Wait, why am I overthinking it?
I've just heard it
Love
so much,
sandwich.
and now I'm like, sandwich. That's weird.
Oh my God.
Sandwich.
You know, when you start saying something too many
Yeah.
times and then you
of sandwich.
lose like any...
It's gone. No meaning to the
Also,
word
on the
anyway.
podcast, I do like to bring up lots of history stuff, don't I?
Yes,
But
you
we won't
do.
get into that. But anyway,
It's not even because we have like a bit of a structure to our podcast, and then Jordan all of a
Can't
sudden
relate.
in between one, I'm going to now tell you some facts about chips.
Yes.
Or like potato. It's like, what?
and they're all fascinating things, because I want someone to listen to that podcast and learn something and be inspired.
And that's what I want here as well. So, wait, are you a big historian then? Do you just love like
Amateur
random?
historian. I love reading about history.
Okay.
I just find it interesting how we've lived differently over the years.
I feel like we should have done a history quiz. That should have been
I'm
like.
glad you didn't do one, because I would have shown myself up.
Didn't your agent say about mastermind, and you're like, absolutely not, because you're scared
I
about
want to make a mockery of myself.
No, that's my. I am obsessed with quiz shows. I had a whole phase where I did like a bunch of them, and I got voted off second on the weakest link, and it's the most furious I have ever been in my entire life. I cannot believe that Sonia, who represented us in Eurovision, voted for me off the weakest link to this day, just because I didn't know one question about football. Someone got a question about the colour of the ruby slippers wrong, and I got voted off for not knowing something about football. Absolutely raging to
I
this
would love
day.
to do weakest link. That sounds so good.
You should.
I actually am quite partial to tipping point. That's gripping stuff. Gripping.
Which one's that?
Is that who presents it? Ben Shepherd.
You're watching those coins go down. It's like it's edge of the seat stuff. Like I'm there, and I'm like, will Sandy win a grand today?
It's Ben Shepherd. It's also a bit random because you don't know how the coins are gonna fall. Shout out to Ben Shepherd, also from Essex. Love that.
No shade. Actually, no, this is really bad. I can't say.
I'll just say it.
No, go on, please.
No shade. But do they like? Do they make sure that these people aren't geniuses? Because sometimes,
Maybe
notice
cut
how
this
I worded
bit out.
that. Sometimes there's some questions which you're like, okay, but then they cast so it's like harder to ITV to give their money away.
It's cast.
Is this a conspiracy?
No, it's very true. I won't expose too hard, but I know someone who worked on a similar show and said that there were certain seats. So if you look at the order, one is always like gay/student, one is like older housewife, one is like probably man who's going to get most of the questions right, and one of them's like something else.
This is like Dispatches drama that could come out of this.
Maybe this is the start of the three of us hosting an episode of Channel 4's Dispatches about
investigative journalism.
uncovering.
Starting right now.
That'd be a fun gig, wouldn't it?
But also, I feel like we should just do a pub quiz now that I've learned more about. Do you have like a specific area that you? I feel like you're a pop culture.
I would be a pop culture. That would be my round, or like film, TV, anything pop culture. You'd be more like history, art.
Well, then very specific history. Favourite meals enjoyed by X.
Love that.
It was, we were in an interview the other day and someone said, oh, who are your dream celebrity Big Brother housemates? And what did you say?
Charles II, because an absolute hedonist.
Not possible, but yes.
Yeah.
I understand.
They were all dead, the ones he said.
Right.
Cleopatra, because I would like to see how beautiful she is in person. Because there's always that question, isn't there?
I feel like it's subjective to the time. Like maybe our ideals of beauty wouldn't.
I just said Nigella Lawson.
I support that. That's very.
Can you imagine? because I think we always see her in this like pristine environment. And I just think in like the mix of the Big Brother house, that could be quite fun.
I just love the fact that her name feels really elegant, but actually she's just named after a feminized version of her dad's name, which is Nigel. That makes it like less like gorgeous and wonderful. Now, what is happening right now is producer Poppy is unsubtly lurking, which means sadly we have come to the end. Yeah, this is how we get the timings. Poppy just like lurks like an ominous shadow in the background, which means we come to the end. But at the end of this podcast, we always like to do a scene because obviously this podcast is all about sci-fi fandoms. Sure. It hasn't been for 33 episodes, and you all know that. So Baby J and producer Poppy will have chosen us a script to reenact at random. Producer Poppy, please enter the corner. Well, Henry, I feel like you know the most about... Can you tell us about 2008's hit movie Wild Child?
Have you seen... You must have seen it.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
I stayed silent.
Wild Child is amazing. So Emma Roberts, she plays a character called Poppy Moore. She's the spoiled brat in Malibu in Los Angeles, and her father goes, right, you've really overdone it now, Poppy. I'm sending you to British boarding school. And she's basically like trying to get expelled throughout the whole film because she hates the life of a British boarding school until she realises her dead mum went there to that school, and she finds this emotional connection and she starts to make good friends.
And the character of Mrs. Kingsley is excellent.
Yes.
She has a very raspy voice because she was a heavy smoker in real life, wasn't she?
Yes.
Sadly died.
Oh.
I think Natasha Hamilton, was it?
Yes. And Harriet.
Wait, wasn't Natasha Hamilton from Atomic Kitten? That's not. Can you Google that? Because I'm pretty sure Natasha Hamilton's from Atomic Kitten.
and Harriet is the head girl of the school. She's a bit of a bitch, to be honest.
Love.
And she tries to set the school on fire and blame it on Poppy.
Natasha Richardson.
That's the one. That's an actress. She's dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Natasha Hamilton is from Atomic
I didn't know who
Kitten.
Natasha Richardson was before this film, but now, it's sad.
I feel like catching that is proof that we would make a good pub quiz team. Yeah. We could do Atomic Kitten and 2008's Wild Child and also The Life and Times of Cleopatra.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sandwiches.
And sandwiches.
You've got it covered. Right, I feel like you should assign the roles. We've got 4 roles, so someone's doubling up.
Tia, you have to take Mrs. Kingsley.
Okay, she's posh and raspy.
Headmistress.
British.
Yeah, she serves discipline, but she's got a really warm soul.
Okay, daddy vibes.
You can be Poppy Moore.
I'm not doing...
Or do you want to do Harriet?
I can't do an American accent.
Do you want me to do... I'll do the American accent if you prefer.
So which one am I going to be?
I literally have just clocked myself because I feel like I've been putting on a slightly posher accent because of the two of you. Like, just eradicated my full Essexness. And I'm like, I'll take the American accent if you prefer.
This is my EastEnders audition right now.
You can be... Yeah, you're Mrs. Kingsley.
I'm nervous.
Poppy Moore.
We'll put some dramatic music underneath it. So that'll help aid it. And scene.
No. Action, yes.
Oh, lights, camera, action.
Excuse me. Mr. Moore, I'm Mrs. Kingsley. Just leave it to me, Mr. Moore. Hello, Poppy. Welcome to Abbey Mount. I'm Mrs. Kingsley, your headmistress.
Look, I understand you're just...
Shit, it's gone dark. Lesson number 1, Poppy. To me, negotiation is like a nightclub. What?
No, you say this a lot.
Yeah,
so
fucking hell, Henry.
I wasn't stopping you.
Not something I tend to enter into. Now come along. Oh, shit. This is Kate. She'll be your big sister at Abbey Mount. We'll soon settle in.
Hi, how do you do?
I already have a sister.
I'll be a friend, a helping hand, that's all.
Okay, but I choose my friends, and FYI, you don't make the cut.
I'm sure that comment would sting a lot more if I knew what FYI meant. But for the moment, let's just pretend it's had the desired effect, shall we? Saddle up, girls. We've got ourselves a Bronco.
Ooh.
Salve, puella novella, Harriet, head girl. You shake the hand of the head girl out of respect.
I just want to say I understood that because I have a Latin GCSE. When the head girl has earned my respect, then I'll shake her hand, biatch.
I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
Oh.
And And scene.
And scene.
Oh, that was excellent.
Give us all the Oscars.
That was fierce. She said, hi, new girl, just by the way. Thank you. Again, pub quiz
Your
team.
Latin GCSE.
I know. It was
don't
my
know.
only A, which some people think I'm saying it was my highest grade, but that means it was my lowest.
Mic drop.
Honestly, my only skill in life is having good GCSE grades. It was all downhill from there. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes. We just chatted loads of shit, didn't we?
Yes. It's what we do on Club Sandwich. So.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like, where can we watch? Is it on all podcast platforms?
All podcast platforms.
It's everywhere.
If you want to watch our faces, it's on YouTube.
Yes, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
And you end with a sandwich.
Yes.
Can I make a request for one episode?
Of course.
That you end it with just a full platter of the egg flights that Yin Run makes on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Just putting bizarre things on top of half a boiled egg. I am fascinated.
The possibilities are endless.
But like a full platter.
Of course, you were bigwig for Halloween, weren't you?
I was going to do that today, but I got the wig. That was my whole plan, which is why I'm out of drag, because I was going to do the glasses and the wig, and then I got the wig out and it had fallen apart.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I can't be in front of you with a collapsing big wig. That would bring shame upon me. But can't wait to tune into your podcast.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
do.
Can't wait to see the plethora of sandwiches, historical knowledge, and random chat.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thanks for having us.
You brought a wrap last week, didn't you?
I know. When you said it wasn't a sandwich, but I think it is.
Is a wrap a sandwich? Find out on their podcast, not this one.